Hello, and thank you for coming to the April 25th council meeting. It is 7:32. Mrs. RCC, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Barker.
Here.
Mr. Bilkey.
Here.
Ms. Brandt.
Here.
Ms. Tully. Here. And Mr. Ventura.
Here.
I ask Tom O'Brien, American Legion Post 801 chaplain, to lead us in prayer, and following lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
With bowed heads, let us pray. Almighty God, Father of all mankind and Judge over nations, we pray Thee to guide our work in this meeting. We pray for those who serve the people and guard the public welfare, those civil servants who work at City Hall and throughout our community, that by Thy blessing they may be enabled to discharge their duties honestly and well. We pray for our leaders, that by Thy help they may provide the leadership our community has empowered them with. Finally, O God of mercy, we ask Thy blessing and comfort for our neighbors who may be suffering mental or physical disability. Cheer them and bring them Thy blessing of health and happiness. Amen.
Amen.
And now please face the flag and join me in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. First item on the agenda is the minutes from April 11th, 2019.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes as submitted by the Clerk of Council.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Second is the financial reports.
I want to make a motion to acknowledge receipt of the financial reports dated February 28, 2019 and March 31st, 2019.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next is public comments. We have one on here, and this is kind of funny, so I'll say it. We have John Dorsey, who wants to talk about the Browns draft, but I don't see him because I think he's probably busy tonight, so.
John's
Ready, buddy
busy.
boy?
So we'll move right into pending our new legislation. First up is ordinance 33.
I move to offer our ordinance number 33, 2019 for its second reading by title only.
In ordinance amending chapter 797 of the codified ordinances of the city of Macedonia relative to medical marijuana dispensaries.
Dude.
Get it.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, not so much.
Second up is ordinance 37.
I'd like to offer ordinance 37, 2019 for its first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second.
Second.
An ordinance amending section 1365.15 of the codified ordinances of the city of Macedonia relative to notice of violations of the building code.
Resolution 38.
We got
Wait.
you got it for 3.
Yeah,
Three
Oh,
readings.
that was 3 readings? I'm sorry, I was not paying attention.
You gonna talk about it?
Any discussion? I've been thrown off by John Dorsey. So you guys threw me all off.
Can you just give a quick explanation of what it is?
Sure. So basically, we were talking with the building department about some of the noxious weeds and some of the violations we've had, and we would normally give 60 days for correction of something, and we felt that was a little bit too much, so we're going to reduce it down to 30 days. Now, there was another school of thinking there, you know, like say someone, like a point of sale where they would have 60 days to correct their driveway apron, or there was paint that needed to be corrected, and it was winter time. They can always get extensions for those, so it's not something that we can't still work with. It's more or less addressing some of the problem type properties that we have in town. And then additionally, the noxious weed portion of it takes it from 2 weeks down to 1 week, which we all know in Ohio, and with what we have right now currently with our weather, your grass can grow pretty quickly, and the timeline in between us saying, hey, you need to address the problem, and actually, I hate to say force you to do it, is so excessive that you could have a forest growing in your front yard. So it's reducing it down to make it a little bit more appropriate. That was the intent.
I'm not sure if tonight we're reducing the noxious. I think it's already down.
That was in there for 7 days, I thought, correct?
It's already.
It's already 7.
Okay.
This is more, this is other property
Okay.
issues.
Sorry about that.
No, you're right.
We talked about it in the work session, so.
Any other discussion?
I just wanted to applaud the city for taking this action. You know, I live in a neighborhood that has some development, a developer that thinks he can get away without cutting the grass, even though we've asked them. Every year, it's the same properties, and every year, we're always going to the building department and asking, you send the noxious weed note out, so.
We
so-
just established that we're not changing the.
I know, but it's just, I'm glad it's going from 60 to 30, because it gives people less time to, wait to the end and then fix whatever problem they have, and then they'll wait another 59 days to do it, so this makes things done a lot quicker and more efficient.
Any other discussion? What is your pleasure?
I move we pass and post ordinance 37, 2019 according to law.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance 37 passes. Resolution 38.
Resolution 38, 2019, Mayor, I offer that, waiving the requirement for for first reading only.
A resolution waiving the requirement for the construction of sidewalks and otherwise confirming the conditional use zoning certificate as approved by the City of Macedonia Planning Commission in regard to Phase 3 of the Spruce Hill Crossing Plan Unit Development Project.
Are there any other motions or legislative action?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion authorizing the mayor to accept on behalf of the City of Macedonia the following donations to the Longwood Manor Historical Society for the Manor House. From John Levin, 1 power-assisted vacuum valued at $150. From Home Depot, Macedonia, 2 boxes of 24-inch ceiling tiles valued at $60. And from Kimpton Printing, Macedonia, 1 magnetic sign valued at $70 from Kimpton Printing in Macedonia.
Did I repeat that?
Second.
I guess I did.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I'd like to thank Mr. John Lieben, Home Depot, and Kimpton Printing. Obviously, with that project, they appreciate donations, and it helps a lot, so thank you for that. Any other motions or legislative actions? Hearing none, any correspondence from the clerk?
I have none, sir.
We'll move right into the mayor's report. I want to talk a little bit today about some of the things that have taken place in the Planning Commission. There was talks of an IHOP coming to the Macedonia Commons in an out parcel. There were some news sources that had put it out that it was approved through Planning Commission, but I think there's some misunderstandings that I want to make sure are clear by what I'm about to explain. With what they proposed, they were given a conditional a conditional approval for them to put that building in there. That doesn't mean that they're done at that point and IHOP's coming in. There's a lot of other steps that have to go along with it. In Macedonia, we have the Western Reserve styling that has to be with every building that we put in. With what they have proposed currently, there's like a big blue metal portion of the roof that's part of it. There's also the style of the building does not conform to what we have. And in my talks with the property owner and the IHOP people, they're not willing to budge on that, so we can't approve that. It's very, very unlikely that IHOP's going to come as a result of that. You may ask yourself, well, why are we so tight on that? Why is that so important? If you drive down Route 82 or you drive through Macedonia Commons, you see consistency. We're going to maintain that. There was a vision in the past that we would have that Western Reserve styling so that when you do drive through, it's the same thing. It looks right, it's appropriate, it's clean, it's neat, and that's what we're going to maintain going forward. So a lot of questions about that I wanted to address. The second one is there's a second out parcel they're proposing in between Home Depot and the movie theater. In that proposal, there are 2 businesses that would encompass 1 building with patios on each side. That would be Five Guys and Aladdin's. We've worked on this for quite some time. We've been asked by many, or I've been asked by many people to get a healthier food option in town. Now, I've never been to Five Guys. I don't think that they're one of the healthier options, but I can say that Aladdin's definitely is. I went with the property owner to try Aladdin's, and I can tell you that the food was excellent. It's a healthier option, and it's something I'm pretty excited about, and hopefully, if they make it through the BZA, they can get the variances to bring that business to town. That's something that I'd like to see have happen in the future, but that's, again, not up to me. That has to go through the BZA to get approval for that. That's really all I had tonight, and I always want to end with, please don't drive distracted. Put the phones down and drive the car. Moving right into committee reports.
Parks and Rec didn't meet last month. We'll be meeting next Wednesday at 6 o'clock at the Rec Center. Also, I have a report from the Longwood Manor Committee. They're just thanking us for getting the grant, the NOPEC, it was NOPEC, right? The NOPEC grant for lighting at the Manor House. And they also said that they had a good meeting with the Garden Club last week, and they will be doing, the Garden Club gave them some information about improving the landscaping around the building, so that's what they'll be focusing on this spring. And that's all for those committees.
Any other committee reports? Do you want to announce the finance meeting?
Finance meeting will be May 2nd at 6 o'clock in the caucus room.
Thank you. We'll move right into the department reports. Director Nanavich.
Nothing to report, Mayor.
I'm sure you don't want to talk about what's going to be coming up with the flower sale in front of City Hall there?
Well, I didn't get
The Garden Club?
times. The Garden Club is hosting its annual plant sale. They are setting up on May 10th, and they will be having the sale on the 11th. I'm not sure on the 12th, though, either. I was calling for confirmation, did not receive that. But Saturday, the 11th for sure, beginning at 8 a.m. will be the plant sale.
Can you also touch on mulch? Because I'm getting a lot of questions about that, and kind of let the public know what we're doing here.
We are going to be bringing out the free resident mulch pickup again. We are still waiting for the grant money from Reworks that allows us to hire a contractor to come to tub grind what we do have. It will be definitely after the Garden Club has their sale. So hopefully the week after or 2 weeks after that, we'll have the mulch pile out here in front of 9683, the old fire station, on the pavement for residents to come and pick up at their leisure until it runs out. And then we are in discussions right now of also bringing back the branch drop-off to 9,000. There's just some logistics that we need to discuss to make it more feasible of patrolling what comes in and out of there, because we have people coming from other communities dropping off their brush piles. You know, they're brushing. We've had screen doors on our piles before. So it's something we do want to bring back to the residents, because we're receiving a lot of calls on that as well. And we're working out the details to have that happen.
Thank you.
John, I wanted to thank you and your staff for putting on Earth Day. Went off without a hitch again. And thanked all the sponsors that came and fed all the volunteers. So thanks again.
You're not done yet, sir. I got one more for you. Can you talk about the ball fields a little bit too? And what we have with the lights coming up?
Yes, the lights are in customs right now, being released. They should be in transit, and we have them by, gosh, I lost my date. What are we at? We're on the 25th. They should be coming, I believe it's next week, if I remember my email correctly. So they are on their way. They are going to be installed. Our contractor for the other 3 fields has been delayed because of the rain. We are number 2 on their list to have completed. They've given a tentative, what they're hoping for. Worst case scenario is looking at May 10th to be out here to do the 3 fields as well, but they're hoping to beat that timeline as well.
And just a note also, we have one field that's been completed. It's kind of settled, and you had a nice compliment from some of the people that utilize that field. I can tell you, I looked at a picture of it today. I didn't get a chance to get over there, but it looked excellent, and I think we're starting to move towards having appropriate fields for our kids to play on. So thank you for that. And tell your
They've been
park
holding
staff.
up really well with the rain.
Thank you. Mr. Gelati.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one item, road program, road paving for this season, scheduled to begin next month in May. That's for the 9 roads that we're under contract with Specialized Construction for this year's road program. Residents along those 9 roads are being notified of the start of construction here. Over the next few days, they'll receive it in the mail. No further report.
Thank you.
Joe, I have a question about any of the road maintenance. Is there going to be a list of the roads that you are planning to maintain or, not repair this year, but crack seal or, any type of repair? I think we've asked in the past that you're going to put together a list of where all the maintenance was going to go, that portion of it, not just where the roads are going to get repaved.
We had that in the legislation for the crack seal and things like that, and the Reclamite, but the spot repairs. That's something that we're going to be putting together here soon, and we will be disseminating that list once we get closer, because that's not going to be until after the road program is pretty much complete.
Yeah, the spot repairs generally happen at the end of the process after the main long line paving is complete. So.
Thank you, sir.
Director Manley.
Thank you. I as well just have one item to share, just an update to provide to council and everyone else. Our contract was finalized which will allow us to move forward with offering online registration on our website for all of our activities. So we're very excited about that. We just got word of that this week. So we've taken the first few steps to integrate our current software system with that capability. So I thank Mark, the law director, for all of his help in getting this, getting us to this point. And we'll be working with Patrick, our IT director, to get this up and running as quickly as possible for everyone. So exciting news. Thank you.
Can't let you off that easy either. There's a festival coming I think you need to talk about a little bit.
There is. I talk about it a lot. So June 6th through the 9th is our annual Spirit of Macedonia Festival, held on the rec center grounds. We have a lot of exciting activities, amusement rides, we'll have fireworks, live entertainment, we will have craft beer selection this year. We have a yappy hour, goat yoga, we have lots of things going on. The goat yoga available spots that we have open are going very, very fast, so we anticipate all of those classes to fill up. So we're excited to see that take place. We are still accepting sponsors and community booths. We're accepting vendors for the Pet Expo during the Yappy Hour. So if anybody out there is interested in any of those things, they are welcome to contact me. We put a lot of that stuff out on our social media. It's on our website as well, but following us on Instagram, following us on Facebook, we blast a lot of that information out there. So I encourage people to come follow us if they don't already.
Thanks. And we've also, just to give another update on the rec center expansion, have been working obviously very hard with John and Director Nadavanja, Director Manley on a target date for completion. And I'm setting a tough goal that I'm hoping we can achieve, but I want to have it done before the Spirit of Macedonia Festival, and we're working very, very hard. The problem that we're running into is when you're dealing with contractors and dates and coordinating, you know, it becomes very difficult. And again, we're doing this in-house and saving money, so we're trying our best. We're really, really close, and I'm hoping that that comes into fruition. And I can say that the two of them are working very, very diligently on accomplishing that task. So thank you to the two of you.
So what's that date?
That would be June 6th. Is my hopeful date for completion. So.
Gee, what else happens June 6th? Oh, isn't that the Spirit of Macedonia?
Oh, that's what he just said.
And so I also wanted to thank you and your staff. We had, me and my kids had a very, very good time at the Easter egg hunt, the aquatic Easter egg hunt. And I have a knack for counting peeps in a jar. I actually nailed it right on the number and won a jar of peeps.
I'm glad you guys attended, and I did fail to mention one of the largest events as part of the festival, which is our 5K. Oh, yeah. So we have teamed up with Chick-fil-A, the Chick-fil-A Macedonia, so it's the MacRec Chick-fil-A 5K this year that is going to benefit the Alzheimer's Association. So we have great t-shirts, fantastic medals with cow print ribbons. We're going to release the medals online in the next week or so people can see what those medals will look like. But that's going to be a big event this year.
So there's a kids race with that too?
There is.
Whoa, it's a kids and adult race.
Did you want to talk about the kids' race?
Can I race the kids?
You cannot race the kids. But you can sign up for a 5K. You can do a 1 mile walk, and then there is a kids fun run.
Okay, and that all happens at the same time. Because I wasn't sure if it's all one sign up or not.
It's all one. There's individual selections when you register.
But it's the same link that you go to sign up.
Yes, same link. Yes.
They're all on Hermes, aren't they?
Yes.
Hermes running. Hermes is the organization that we work with that I had hooked them up with. They take care of everything. And with the kids race, I have a bag of 48 medals that I'm giving to the Parks Department, and every kid up to 48 gets a medal.
Yes, thank you.
So number 49 is going to be really upset.
Yeah. No, I have more at home. I'll just go home and get them. There are certain ones I wasn't giving them.
Thank you. Captain Davis.
At this time, the fire department doesn't have anything, but if you got questions, I'll be helpful in answering those.
When's the truck coming?
We're going to fly up sometime here, early May, about the 7th or 8th, to do a final inspection at the factory. And from there, it will go to McCollinsville in Southern Ohio to do to the dealership. And part of our purchase agreement, they're going to use it as a show demo. We should see it here at our station somewhere early June, around the 7th or 8th, maybe the 10th.
Just in time for the Fun Fest?
We're
June
hoping
6th,
we're hoping for those
Just
things.
bring it up.
We have 3 days of training on it from factory engineers once it arrives. So we're trying to coordinate all those things at this time.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief Golden.
All I have, Mayor, is we still have Nixle. To sign up for Nixle, 888-777 on your smartphone. Text 888-777 in the message portion. Just put our zip code 44056. Available to residents, available to folks who work in Macedonia, who drive through Macedonia, or anybody across the country who wants to see what's going on in Macedonia. Patrick has told me he will have information on Nixle at the city's webpage top link, I believe he said. Popular link, top. Or you can contact my office, I'll explain it to you. You don't necessarily need a smartphone to get Nixle alerts. If you go to nixle.com, you can sign up that way and indicate that you just want them via email. So it's not solely for those folks who do have smartphones. We have some elderly who do not do the smartphone thing, and they can still get them through their emails. So one other new thing we're sampling this year through Nixle is weather alerts. So when the National Weather Service puts out an alert, a tornado warning, it will automatically, what we're told is it will automatically go through our Nixle system. So this is new to us, so we're going to try this. If we get a tornado warning, it's going to repeat through the Nixle system. So that's new this year, and we're going to see how that goes. So you may get several of those depending on how many the National Weather Service issues. So that will be done right through them. Do you have something, Vinny?
Yes, Chief, a question for you. If we were originally signed up for Nixle, are we still good with it?
Yes.
And then there was a break in the system for a while?
Nope, you're still good. I think we have like last time I checked, 3,100 subscribers to the system, so we'll keep right on purring along. Again, 888-777 on your smartphone and put the city zip code 44056 in the message section, or go to nixle.com, sign up that way, and you can get them on your smartphone, and through email, or just through email. You can go to the city's webpage, get information on it, or you can call my office. Or the mayor's office, I suppose.
It's also important to note that it's more for emergencies. That's kind of our intent with it. So, you know, like we had one recently where there was potential tornadoes in southern Ohio. So we wanted to put out the alert. And, you know, the chief and I have been talking a lot about it. Well, if it was in southern Ohio, do we alert people here? And my thinking is yes, because, you know, if someone's driving or maybe traveling, it's still good information, but we want to focus more on what's happening here. So that alert's not going to be something that's annoying. It's not going to be like a robocall where we're constantly sending you text messages. It's something that's a good alert system utilizing technology that, I mean, the majority of us probably already have in our hand every day, so that's why we're using it. But do we know that if there's like a weather alert, like severe storm, and it's 5 in the morning, they're not going to send those?
I put a restriction on it. I believe I put 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. I can't remember what I put it on there. So we shouldn't get them through that late night hour is how the system is supposed to function.
But if, per se, God forbid, there was a tornado, that one would go through. Or we could force.
Well, dispatch can just put out a.
Dispatch can put out
Yes.
They would
that.
get
Okay.
their own.
I don't know that the National Weather Service says there is a tornado on the ground at a certain place. It's just a tornado warning or whatever. So that would have to come through dispatch. Or we're also looking at possibly allowing some folks to have it on their smartphones. Like I just downloaded the app. They came out with an app. I have it on my phone, and we're going to utilize that a little bit, which I could send if I'm out in the field, like when we had the wind thing come through, I was working the road, and I could send Nixle alerts from my phone while dispatch was completely, utterly, totally overloaded. So we can use it from smartphones now. So we're going to be exploring that option also.
So essentially, it's a nice system. I would encourage everyone to sign up for it. It's just a nice way for us to let you know if there's a problem. And, you know, the biggest one I've noticed that we utilize a lot for, if there's like a bad accident on Route 82, to tell you to avoid it. I mean, it could save you some time. And obviously we want people to be safe, so that's our intent.
That's the intent. If Julie maybe can get something on her little thing there, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
That's the one you should have taped, see?
And Amber Alert is a separate entity, true? Amber Alert?
Yes, Amber
Because I get all the
Alert is-
Amber Alerts
Yes.
too, because I'm
comes
usually
through your
driving.
phone.
and-
Your phone provider makes that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just have to activate that feature on your smartphone. But yeah, that's all separate. You know, if it happened here, we have to contact a certain agency with certain information, and certain things have to be present before they will allow us to utilize the Amber Alert. There's certain things that have to transport, but that's a different entity.
Okay.
And I want to point out too that you don't necessarily need to have a smartphone to get a text message. If you have a flip phone that just gets anything that gets text messages you can get Nixle. I know before when we first got it, I didn't even have a smartphone yet, and I use it on my flip phone. And my dad still uses a flip phone, and he can get text messages. So you could text the same way, the 888-777-44056, and you can get Nixle messages on your what's considered a dumb phone or a flip phone.
And again, just to reiterate, it's not going to be excessive or anything like that. It's more or less to notify you of emergency. So it's something we want you to be aware of and keep us safe.
Might change gears a little bit. I forgot to ask Chip or you, John, you can answer. And I think the answer is never, but does the city have any policies on burning leaves?
It's not allowed.
It's not allowed anywhere in the city limits. That's what I told one of the residents. They
It's
said.
not allowed in the state of Ohio.
Well,
State EPA restricts that.
thank you.
We also have city law that talks about burning. Right.
Thank you, Chief. Director Goodetti.
No report, sir.
All right. Any,
You don't want to mention June 6th?
what's that? You mean the Spirit of Macedonia Festival? Yeah.
Check your calendar. I'm sure it's on.
Any unfinished business? Hearing none. Any new business?
Yes, Sunday, the 28th, this Sunday, is a milestone birthday for one of our members. And therefore, we'd like to take a moment to wish Counselor Jessica Grant happy birthday. No, I am not mentioning
What's the milestone?
the age. Well,
I'm proud of it that I'll be 40.
tell us.
I'll be 40 on Sunday. It's okay. It's okay.
I just sit here and shake my head because I've known Jessica since she was little, and it's like, where did the time go? So on behalf of council and all of the people that you work with here at the city, we'd like to sing happy birthday to you, and we have some treats just for you that we will share. Well,
Yeah.
it's up to Jessica if she shares or not. So
I like
can we
to
sing
share.
happy birthday?
Yeah, I can put it on here.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jessica. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I don't have anything to say. That's awesome. That's great.
Party at Jessica's on Sunday.
All right. Any other new business? Hearing
Motion.
none. Do I motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Let's have some treats.